Hi, I'm Rudy of Rudy Horsemanship, and this is Terramino. Terra has a few issues that she came to me with. She's got a little bit of a back injury in her sacroiliac joint, and she is a little dicey under saddle. She's not really confident under saddle yet, so I'm going to show you some ways that I work on that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just some real basic groundwork on move the hip, move the shoulder, kind of in the style of like Buck Renneman or Ray Hind. Sorry, we have a helicopter going overhead. The audio is probably terrible. But anyways, I'm not going to do a lot of teaching stuff on that, but I just want to give you kind of the general idea. So you'll be able to see me do some just basics, move the hip, move the shoulder. Terra is pretty green at this, so I'm accepting a rather green version of the exercise. It does not have to be perfect. I'm going to step behind her across. I'm going to rock her right back. And then yield the shoulders out. I'll put subtitles on this if you can't hear me. So here again, I'm going to move the haunches out. Most of your rock back. I swap my hands, rock back, and move your shoulders out of the way. It's a very basic exercise, and this is a very basic version. You can get this exercise really, really good. We just kind of have the bare bones basics right now. Swap my tools. Just gonna rock back and move the shoulder out. So once I have that exercise working at least this well, again, this is not a great version of this exercise. This is kind of the bare basics for a green horse. But with her, because of her back injuries, I'm going to move into the Giravolta. And this is a little bit more dressage-y, but you have to be able to move the shoulders and move the hip to get the Giravolta. So for the Giravolta, I'm going to hold right up underneath of her halter. And I am going to act like a pillar and send the mare away. Kind of like an extreme shoulder in on a small circle. And this is to get her to cross her hind legs and to reach really deep with her inside hind leg. The first time I did this exercise with her, it was really hard for her. Like physically, it was very hard. I think she was actually getting some sciatica zings. So just like when a person gets sciatica zings through their leg, I think she was getting a little bit of the same thing with her hind legs. So I'm going to do maybe 3 to 5 circles one way, 3 to 5 circles the other way. And this is just a nice loosening exercise. If you're an A+ student and you want to get on all fours on the ground, not on your knees and hands, but on your hands and on your feet, and try this same exercise on the ground with your own body, you'll find that your abs really fire. So this exercise actually really fires their abs. Yes, it's easier for them than us because they're meant to be on all fours. So there you can kind of see a couple times that she jerked her legs a little bit, that it was hard for her. I had to piggyback a video, we don't have somebody help. don't have a chance to ride, I might just quick grab a halter and do a few minutes of this. Because this is really going to help loosen up her hips and back. As she gets more advanced, I can start walking with her. Make her go sideways. Turn her corner. So you see that we marred the rhythm right there. I'd prefer to see a nice even 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I want, I can go right back into move the hip, move the shoulder. Let's here rock her weight back and so I'm hoping over time you can see some improvements in those movements. We have been working on those for a little while now, so they're much better than when we started. But these movements are something that any horse should know. It's just good basic groundwork to be able to keep your horse out of your space and for them to see you as their leader. So to be able to move the hip, move the shoulder, just puts you in a leadership position. And it starts to build a communication system. So when I start riding her, I want to be able to move the hip, move the shoulder, and eventually do haunches in and shoulder in and some leg yields and bending on the circle. So if I can start on the ground and teach her how to move her shoulders and hips individually and how to yield away from pressure, that's going to build a communication system that we can use once we're in the saddle.